Hey, what's up, y'all? This is ASTRODIM, laying in my bed, because you know it's my Bed and Astrology. What's goody, what's goody, what's up? What it is, ho? Oh, what's up? Alright, so I'm here to talk about the full moon, which just happened. Oops. Like 12 minutes ago, in my time. So, the full moon is in Libra. It went exact. So the full moon happens. It's a span of time, but the full moon went exact in Libra at 18 degrees, 44 minutes. Today, April 7th, at 10:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to go through the typical spiel that I do, but of course make it specific to this moon. All right. So what's the meaning of the full moon? Let me talk about, the astronomical as well as the astrological meaning, okay? And also talk about a spiritual meaning that's connected to the astrological meaning, okay? So astronomically, the sun is on one side, the moon's on the other side of the earth. The sun is shining at a specific angle to make the bright side of the moon shine fully and brightly to the point where the earth's shadow is not created. So the bright side of the moon is like covered in any way. We can see the whole side of the bright side of the moon. Okay? So that's what's happening astronomically. There's no earth shadow that's blocking the moon. You can see it fully. But astrologically, kind of similar to what I said astronomically, the moon's on one side of the earth, the sun's on the other side, right? Which represents that it's opposite sides. And so in an astrological chart, it's in the opposite sides as well. And when you think about it astrologically, it's a Libra moon, and the sun is in the opposite sign, Aries. Okay, so you're feeling one way, but your actions is totally another. Okay, so you feel one way, but you're doing the opposite. You're expressing yourself, your conscious self, the opposite way. So that's what's up with it astrologically. Okay, so when it's about this specific, full moon, internally, because it's in Libra and the sun is in Aries, internally you want to compromise and to have harmony and peace, but in generally you just want to compromise to make peace and harmony and understanding for the betterment of a relationship, right? But externally, you want to push towards your passions and desires and make self-serving moves. Okay, so I'm going to say this one more time. Internally, which is represented by the Libra moon, your moon represents your emotions, right? So internally, you want to compromise to make peace, harmony, and understanding for the betterment of a relationship. But externally, representing the Aries sun, your conscious actions, you want to push towards your own passions and desires and make self-involved and self-serving moves. All right, and so you do want peace, but you can't help but to push towards what you feel is right and what you want to do. You know what I mean? And with this energy, the moon is, very important, but with all full moons, it represents energies that needs to be released. And so sometimes internally, with this energy, sometimes we can be a little bit too compromising, a little too harmonious, a little too peaceful, a little too docile, and we're not allowing action to be made. The issue with Libra is the beauty within Libra. Libra likes harmony. Libra likes balance. Libra likes, things to be good. And easy flowing, but sometimes action's not made because of that. Even though Libra is a cardinal sign, and cardinal signs like to initiate and take action, they like to initiate towards peace, towards mental balance, towards logical balance. They want to find the things logically before they take action. But Aries, also a cardinal sign, the first cardinal sign, the first sign in the zodiac, is ready to take action regardless. And they take this action based off of passion, based off of their desires and motivation and drive, not towards logic and, thinking things through and, balancing things out. They just rather do while the iron is hot. You get what I'm saying? And so we, as a solar system, as beings of the solar system, need to follow the sun. All right? We do. The sun is the energy that we all revolve around. So, if in our perspective the sun is in Aries, then we need to follow sun and Aries type energy externally. And so we need to let go of things that is making us feel that we always have to compromise. We always have to have peace and harmony, because it's actually holding us back from what we need to do at this moment. And so what we need to release at this moment is this energy of feeling that things always have to be checked by somebody else, checked by others. You have to make sure things are okay with other people before you make your moves that are important to you. Do you feel what I'm saying? And so I'm not saying to not be harmonious during this time. I'm not saying to not be peaceful at this time. And I'm not saying not to be diplomatic and compromising and collaborating at this time. No, I'm not. But if you are really being held back when we are in Sun and Aries energy, you know what I'm saying? You need to reevaluate what's happening. And this is not me telling you to act haphazardly either. But just be sure that you're not being held back, because you don't want to hurt no one's feelings and you don't want to create discord. You feel what I'm saying? All right. So let's move forward. This moon is in Libra, of course, but in the second decan of Libra at 18 degrees. So it's an Aquarius decade, right? And Aquarius is connected to the collective. And so this is quite interesting, because the collective is very important at this time. We are doing things for the collective. And so, we have to consider other people, consider who's around us. And I'm not telling you guys to not consider others now. That's what you need to release. No, that's not it, because, we do have to consider other people around us. But if the other people around us are stopping us on a more internal basis from doing what we got to do, that's an issue. You can do what you got to do. You can take action, right? By being inside, by being internal, and by being safe, right? So again, I'm not promoting you guys to just go ahead and wreck shop, especially because these aspects being made to this full moon. It's best y'all sit y'all asses down. But it's also best for you to find other ways on how to operate in this situation without being held back. Okay, I'm confined in this box. What can I do in this box while I'm confined at this moment to get to my goal? Do you feel what I'm saying? And how can I do this with consideration of others without me having to worry so much about making sure other people are okay on a emotional or logical level? You know what I mean? You have to really be careful though on how you move, guys. Because I feel like I said this before, I feel like people are going to mistake this energy and are going to push forward in the wrong way, affecting and hurting others, and infecting and hurting others. Do you feel what I'm saying? Especially with that 18 degree. Okay. All right, so 18, I'm going to talk about 18 degrees a little bit later, but I just want y'all to understand, I'm not telling you to release the energy of considering other people, considering the collective, but I need you to release the idea of people holding you back from doing what you need to do, with you having consideration of others at the same time, you know? So if someone's like getting into your mind, because remember Libra's air energy, if someone's getting into your mind to make you feel like you can't do something, free your mind until you're able to free yourself on a physical level. You feel what I'm saying? This is a beautiful time to get through dreams and aspirations, to fight through dreams and aspirations, to build upon them. So when we do have the ability to go out there, you know, we can really fucking kill it. You feel what I'm saying? But let me move forward, The sun also is in Aries, of course, second decant to Aries. So that's a Leo decant. Okay, this is time for self-expression. It's Leo decant and Aquarius decant. Opposite signs. Our self-expression is what's going to lead us to our worth, our dreams and aspirations, wealth, our network of people who will support us and help us, right? But we need to work towards our self-expression, work towards that creativity, work towards that talent. It's a great time to practice that shit while you're confined. You feel what I'm saying? Remember, this Libra moon is in the 18 degree. And don't worry, I'm going to talk about 18 degree in a second. Okay? This decade is the second decade. There's 3 decades. So this is middle energy. So we're still in the process of learning and of understanding of this energy of relationships and of ourselves and how we fit in relationships and how relationships fit in our lives. And so it's still a learning process. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this is an 18 degree. 18 degrees is a Virgo degree in Serpent astrology degree method. All right. And 18 degrees, according to Nikola Stanjevic, I might be pronouncing his name incorrectly, and I apologize if I am. Excuse me. He calls it the evil degree. Kind of connected to evil, negative energy. You know, not necessarily you're evil if you have the 18 degree energy. Excuse me. But, you know, it's connected to people who happen to attract negative energy. I know a lot of people that have 18 degree energy and they're beautiful, sweet, awesome souls, but they attract some fucked up people in their lives and been through some bullshit because of it. Right? And so when you think about evilness, it's selfishness. I can't help but to think about like this time where I got into a loophole of like learn about drugs, right? And the things that people were going through as being drug addicts. And they were talking about how crystal meth just makes you evil. It makes you the devil because all you're doing, you're just going towards your carnal desires. You're not even thinking like about others. You're not even thinking about your future. You're thinking about, I want this now and I'm going for it. It's beyond animalistic. It's beyond animalistic. It's evil because you'll do the most fucked up things to get off in one way or another. Do you feel what I'm saying? That's how evil people, negative people, and negative energy works. You don't want to be that, right? You don't want to be that. But at the same time, you don't want anyone's to hold you back from your true essence and what you need to be at and what you deserve. So it's finding that balance. And of course, it's finding that balance. Libra's the scales. It's finding that balance of me going for what I want, but also making sure other people are okay. So you need to release a Libra energy, but at the same time, don't go ape shit and just say, screw others. I'm just going to put myself out there and possibly compromise other people's health other people's situations because I want to go out. You know what I mean? So please be careful with your actions. The Virgo degree, 18 degrees, right? It's also connected to disease. All right? Libra is about relationships. So, be careful with the people that you're close with, Be very, very careful. Remember how I told you that there's going to be an influx, of infections last week and this week because of the Mercury-Neptune conjunction, but also because of this full moon. And it may feel like, there's more people being affected later. No, they actually got infected these 2 weeks, and they're finding out now and next week and the week after. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful out there, y'all. Don't be selfish. Don't fall into that evil energy, that low vibrating energy, please. All right? But let's get a little bit deeper with the 9 energy, because 1 plus 8, 18 degrees, right? 1 plus 8 equals 9. And 9 is the end. 9 represents the end. Okay? In general, it does. And I'm going to go ahead and say this blurb from numerology, the numbers and their meanings.com, I believe that's what it is. Numerology, the numbers and their meanings.blogspot.com. That's what I'm going to say my blurb from. It's from the Joanne Walmsley Sacred Scribes, right? So let me just read this blurb for you about 9 and the numerology side of things, okay? The number 9 is the number of the universal love, eternity, faith, universal spiritual laws, the concept of karma, spiritual enlightenment, spiritual awakening, service to humanity, humanitarianism and the humanitarian, light working and light workers, leading by positive example, philanthropy and the philanthropist, charity, self-sacrifice, selflessness, destiny, life purpose, soul mission, generosity, a higher perspective, romance, inner strength, public relations, responsibility, intuition, strength of character. You see that balance I was speaking of, right? The philanthropy, the humanitarianism, the responsibility. Repeat that, all right? The number 9 also resonates with learning to say no, creative ability, sensitivity, loyalty, generalist, discretion, brilliance, problem solving, inner wisdom, self-love, freedom, popularity, high ideals, tolerance, humility, altruism, and benevolence, empathy, nonconformity, artistic genius, an expansive viewpoint, eccentricity, communication, influence, perfection, magnetism, understanding, forgiveness, compassion and sympathy, the visionary, duty and calling, obligation, mysticism, optimism, and divine wisdom. The qualities of the number 9 are those of leadership, the ability to see clearly, integration, the 3 worlds, physical, intellectual, spiritual, last symbol before return to unity, ability to understand, inborn talents, compulsions, introspection, personal integration, unity, truth, the seer, artistry, high moral sense, good advisor, perfection, conquered, dissolves ego, attachments, challenges faced in looking for your own wisdom. Idealistic 9s capable of realizing those ideals are intensely passionate people needing to control their wild impulses. Variously assertive, trusting, generous, selfish, willful. 9 seriously needs stabilizing influences. So that's the 9 energy, right? In the numerology sense. But let's go a little deeper on the other aspects of it too. In astrology, 9 is kind of connected with this energy, is 9 in the ninth house is connected to Sag and Jupiter energy. And it's connected to philosophies, beliefs, religions, and ideas that are foreign and different from what you were born into. You know what I mean? You looking outside of yourself and seeing other perspectives that you're connected to about how the world is and should be, and how we all are interconnected. It's connected to foreign travel, long distance travel. It's connected to higher education. It's connected to, again, big picture ideas of creation in the world, and philosophy, beliefs, religions, cultures, languages, things of that nature. How we're all different, but how we can all come together. Okay? And in tarot, 9 is the end of something as well, or coming to the end. Okay? 9 of Cups is a beautiful card. It's talking about wish fulfillment. You put out something to the universe, you get that shit right back. All right? Is joyfulness. Is you celebrating. Is you do have to be kind of a little careful with the 9 of Cups because you can overindulge. But is you getting what you want? Right? 9 of Pentacles is similar to 3 of Cups, kind of like you're seeing your hard work paying off, but goddamn, there is way more where that came from. It's that type of energy. Things are blooming. You're excited. Things are becoming beautiful, but it's just the beginning of that beauty. You know what I'm saying? 9 of Swords. It's more of a negative, on the negative side of the end. You sensing the end. You having paranoia and anxiety and nightmares over something ending that you don't want to quite end. All right? And 9 of Wands is you preparing for the end, defending yourself, creating some defenses, preparing for you to bust your ass, for you to work hard. You get what I'm saying? And so it's the end, but preparation of the end. There's more where that came from. It's going to get there. It's going to get better with tarot. So that's how it is. And this is why I was saying, y'all, that things about to, with this COVID thing, things are about to end. It's not going to last that long, y'all. All right. This is an 8th month as well in numerology. This is the 8th month. 9 month is going to be May. Like this, it's not going to be the same, but we're going to hit in our new normal. We're going to hit our new normal. And things are going to start easing out, especially by Gemini season. Things are going to ease out. I really feel that in my gut. All right. I'm not going to front, though, like the 8 energy too, with this being the 8th month, it's a transformation. So things are going to change this month. And it'll be tough because we're not used to changes. Earth is greatly connected to like Taurus energy, stability and security. This month will suck for us sometimes because we're just used to how things are, even if it's best for us, right? But we're going to be good towards the end. This moon, I'm telling you, is nothing but harsh aspects. And we're going to talk about these aspects. And things are going to hit, and they're going to hit. But we're meeting at the peak, and things are going to slow down from here. Again, it's the 18th degree. 1 + 8 = 9. We're towards the end. Next month, I think the full moon is going to be at 19 degrees. So that means harmony is coming, because 19 is a Libra degree. Things are going to balance out. Harmony is coming. 1 + 9 = 10. 10 is really the end, but then 10 is a double-digit number. 1 plus 0 equals 1. It's going to be a new beginning. By June, shit's going to be straight, y'all. As straight as it can be. Again, a new normal. Again, next month is also going to be a 9-month. Next month is May. It's going to be a 9-month, which shows the end of this. And we will start to see a decrease in very, very late May. Because I'm not even going to front. This new moon is kind of shitty too. But late May, I'm going to start seeing a decrease. Very, very late May. Which will show the end of this. Okay? And things will start to look better in May. And things will be done by June. Or back to our new normal. You feel what I'm saying? I really feel that way. But we'll see. We'll see. So lastly, let's end this off with me talking about the rest of the aspects. And I'm just picking up the things that I know and what I feel. You know what I mean? I'm human. I could be incorrect. And what God likes to do, you could probably interpret something perfectly, right? But God always comes through and be like, you're human, so I'm going to do what I want. So definitely, and I mean, again, this interpretations are different too. Many people could see what I have and interpret it totally different, and that's fine. But this is just what I'm seeing on my end, okay? But let's talk about these aspects. All right, so there's 3 aspects happening. Not pretty, okay? So this full moon is going to be square Pluto. Okay? It's going to be square Pluto. And both of these energies are applying to Pluto. Okay? And so with the moon, let's talk about the moon side first. With the moon square Pluto, emotionally we're wanting balance and peace, and for things to stay nice and harmonious, and for relationships to be good and to be balanced. But Pluto is all about transformation. We need to transform our emotions and not want for things to just be easy going and balanced when we know shit's fucking wrong, man. When we know shit's fucking wrong. And I'm talking about this personally. I'm talking about this for the collective as well. When you know shit is fucking wrong, when you know status quo is wrong, why the fuck would you just go along just to keep things peaceful? When you know we can do better. When you know you can do better in that relationship. When you know you can do better in that friendship. When you know the collective can do better. Why would you just make things nice and peaceful? When you know someone's on some fuck shit, why do you want to quote unquote hear their side? When you know what they're all about, and they ain't about you and making things good. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know there's a lot of times in which, it's important to hear the other side out because you can learn something that'll be dope. But when you already know someone's on some fuck shit, why would you even? You get what I'm saying? Because this is the thing. This is square in Pluto. Aged energy in Capricorn, super aged energy. We know this shit. Pluto's been in Capricorn since 2008. We know what the fuck is up. Transformation is needed in order for you to have authority of something. So you can try to play along and try to be like, okay, things are going to be fine, things are going to be balanced. But this is saying that you need to stand up and take authority of something and allow this change to happen so you can have your authority back. Do you feel me? Stop playing games. Stop. Okay? Now, I'm not going to front. It's not going to be easy because the sun is also squaring Pluto. So you fighting for that change and trying to run for that change and consciously taking actions towards that change is going to make things a little bit difficult too. It's going to be hard. Pluto represents change, but Pluto is slow moving change. Capricorn slow moving energy, slow change of this authority energy. Whoever has authority had authority for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a while to lift it up. But at least with that Aries energy, you move with the Aries energy, at least you're in the right mind frame of knowing that the action needs to be taken. But the lesson I have to tell you for that is don't act too haphazardly. Don't just move off of passion and drive and motivation. Think smart with it. Balance that moon energy and that sun energy. Find that balance. But release that thought that makes you feel that you need to keep things peaceful. Fuck that shit. Because all the good things that we got in the world didn't come from peace. It came from tearing shit up. And I know that as a collective and in your personal life, you had to speak up for you to get what you wanted and needed. You know what I'm saying? Speak up at the very least. So keep that in mind, please, y'all. Okay? Keep that in mind. You know, the actions that we take and the emotions that we feel is coming from a deep passion of needing transformation. And just having things balanced and good and easy going is not going to fly no more, because deep inside you're going to be upset and you're not going to be happy. And that feeling that you feel inside of being unhappy, that's your gut, that's your spirit answers, that's your spirit telling you that change is needed. You feel me? Let's go to the next. All right. This energy, the full moon, is also squaring Jupiter. Let's talk about the moon. Okay, Jupiter is all about abundance. All right, so what you're feeling, this anger, this being upset, this emotion is a lot. It's in abundance. You're feeling a lot, right? A lot of you guys, even though it's a Libra moon, might have cried in private, might have felt deeply in private, might have expressed emotions. And then you're thinking, like, why do I feel this way, though? I'm feeling this way. And you might go to someone, why do you think I might be feeling this way? And they might take it all the way wrong, even if they're a mentor and elder. It's Jupiter, right? Even if they're a mentor and elder experience, they might take it wrong. You might get upset with them, too. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a relationship or someone else that makes you upset initially or eventually makes you upset about something else that you're trying to figure out. This is telling you that, hey, you don't always have to go to somebody to validate your own feelings. Let the depthness of those feelings be a signifier to you that things need to be changed. Whether it's your philosophies and beliefs and ideas and how you approach certain cultures and ideas and things like that, right? Let that be an indicator that, hey, I need to come with a different approach, a different big picture idea, a different approach on how I go about this, because it's obviously I'm not doing things right, because I'm feeling too strongly and I'm too upset. And again, the sun, which is what we need to follow, is square this energy too. So jumping into things haphazardly, jumping into philosophies, beliefs, ideas, religions haphazardly, it's not going to do you right. Feeling those emotions that you have that are strong and deep and just going, like just feeling and doing, is not going to do you well either. It's not. But let those huge feelings and let that motivation and drive to do something be intuition for you and make you think like, oh, okay, this feeling, that means I'm on the right track, or I need to do something. But pause. Let me try to at least figure this out and plan this out, and not let me act haphazardly, because it ain't gonna do me right either. Think more in a practical sense. Think how this will affect you and others emotionally. Instead of just wanting peace, instead of just fighting, it ain't going to treat you well. Instead of just jumping into things haphazardly, consider things practically and emotionally for yourself and others. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And then lastly, a lighter but still not that great aspect is that the moon is in conjunct Neptune and the sun is semi-sextile Neptune. So in conjunctions and semi-sextiles is like a loss in translation. Like you're just not getting energy. Like the energies, you're just not getting it. You're not getting each other. Okay? And so the moon is in Libra. The Neptune is in Pisces. Right? And so with that energy, with the moon being in Libra, emotionally, you're feeling things. You're feeling an abundance of things. It's heavy, it's strong. And you're trying to understand logically, why am I feeling this way? Why? Maybe I need to go to someone to validate how I feel or understand what's going on. But why? Like, why am I? What's going on here? What's up with this relationship? What's up with this situation? You know? But at the same time, subconsciously and even spiritually, you're knowing that is a bigger reason for this, and this is like outside. It is bigger than this. Is just, it's more than just you, what you're dealing with personally. This is something that's outside of yourself. This is something deep that will not only affect you personally but the collective. But you're not understanding that because you're like, yeah, cool for the collective and spirit and shit, but I'm going through these emotions right now and this is difficult and I don't know what to do. So it's just a confusion of how you feel and how this relates to your subconscious, into your spiritual backing, and into your purpose. You know what you're feeling is important, but you're like, but why? And how does this fit with what my ancestors and my guides and they're trying to tell me, and how this is leading to my purpose? So there's just a miscommunication there. But then also, the sun is semi-sextile Neptune, which is not as bad as in conjunction, but there's a lesson in all of this, right? There's a lesson in all of this. Semi-sextile, like sextile energy is actually great, but when it's semi-sextile, instead of like in sextile where you're harmoniously learning something, with semi-sextile you're learning something still, but it's a little bit it takes a little too long for you to get it, and so it's not as harmonious. It's not terrible, but it's still a little bit confusion. It's harder for you to get. And so right now, what's difficult for you to get is when it comes to the cautious actions that you take, and when it comes to you asserting yourself, and when it comes to you, just doing and taking action. What you're not getting is what spirit is trying to tell you to do. You're moving based off of ego and passion and desire and motivation instead of applying some intuition into it as well. And even if you're getting things intuitively, you're not understanding. So, you're getting the message. You're like, okay, so what am I supposed to do with this though? But the good thing about semi-sextiles is you'll eventually get it. So just hold your fucking horses, all right? Because you will eventually know what you're supposed to do in due timing. Okay? But that's what I got for y'all. I hope this was helpful. Now, when it comes to my gang, aka Cosmic Gang, all right, you guys are going to get a full, longer reading. And in that reading, I'm going to talk about the aspect patterns that are happening. Now, technically like a T-square is kind of happening, but when it comes to aspect patterns, I like to use tighter aspects. So there's, yes, there's a T-square happening, between the full moon and Pluto and the full moon in Jupiter. But honestly, I would like a tighter aspect for that. So I'm just going to, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to talk about it. All right. I'm going to talk about the T-square. Fuck it. All right. Even if it's not as effective, I'm going to talk about the T-square. Okay. So that's what I'll do. But the other aspect pattern I'm going to talk about that's really going to be good is the octal triangle that's happening. There's an octal triangle that's happening during this full moon. That's hot. It's hot. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about the fixed star Merak conjuncting the moon and how that's going to affect this full moon. And then lastly, we're going to talk about the full moon throughout the houses. So we're going to go through how in each house, how the full moon, both the sun and the moon's positioning will affect you this full moon, okay? So thank you guys for listening. If you are interested in hearing the full version of this, right, you can always become a Cosmic Gang member. You can go to astrodim.space/membership-plans. Again, astrodim.space/membership-plans. And become a supporter. The lowest supporter rate to get the full, extended podcast episodes and all the new episodes and stuff like that, exclusive length of my episodes and other things, is $8 a month. It's nothing, y'all. Okay, so just check it out. I think you'll like it. I have mad knowledge and shit. But yeah, y'all, thank you for listening. And Cosmic Gang, we're going to go up next.